Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Cooking with Clifton. Today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite recipes, and that is fried rice. I'll be using a pretty standard recipe for fried rice, and that includes half a carrot, roughly chopped, half an orange bell pepper, and a generous amount of green onion with soy sauce. I've also got myself some jasmine rice that I'd set in my rice cooker about 20 minutes prior. One mistake I did make, though, was that I didn't leave my rice in the refrigerator to cool, and that came back to haunt me later, but more on that in a second. So first we're going to start off with any large high wall pan of your choice. I'm using a 10-inch cast iron pan set over medium heat, but if you got something simple like a pretty standard large Teflon pan, which is what most people in their have in their kitchens, go ahead and use that. Or if you're fancy and you got a wok, I mean, go ahead, man. Go you. I wish I had a wok. That'd be nice. We're going to add a pat of butter to that, about a tablespoon, and we're going to make sure that butter covers the entire bottom of the skillet. Once it's nice and bubbly and starts smelling a little nice, you're going to go ahead and add your chopped carrots. Now, I like to add my carrots up first because, you know, obviously they're going to take the longest to cook. If you like yours a bit crunchy, a little bit on the raw side, then, you know, go ahead and do you, man. I just like to add mine first. Make sure they all get a bit of butter on them before letting them sit for about 15 to 30 seconds before going ahead and giving them another stir. That way they get some color on them. You also get the added roasted flavor that comes from the carrots. They get a nice little crusty texture on them. It's nice. I like it. Go ahead and test for doneness with a fork. Give them a nice gentle but firm stabbing. And once they're cooked to your liking, I like mine more on the al dente side. Not too crunchy, but not too soft. Go ahead and add another tablespoon of butter. Let that melt, and then go ahead and add your bell peppers. Again, stir occasionally and cook to your desired doneness before adding yet another tablespoon of butter. These boys cook super fast, so don't leave them alone for too long because they will burn. Make sure none of the stragglers are hanging out on the walls, otherwise, you know, they're gonna burn. You're gonna taste that in the food. You're gonna have a bad time. Add a bit of salt if you'd like, but not too much because most of the flavoring will come from the soy sauce. And now we add in, you're gonna love this, another tablespoon of butter before adding our rice. Now I may or may not have made a little oopsie by not immediately setting my rice to chill in the fridge before. And I'm not a scientist, so don't quote me on this. But since I let it sit in the cooker with all that heat after the rice had finished cooking, I think what happened is some of the condensed water, it made its way back into the rice, and the end product was a bit soggier than I like. But that's okay. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. You're welcome. So next we're going to go ahead and break up the clumps with our spoon and stir generously, making sure everyone gets a chance to meet and greet with the rice. Next, we're going to add our soy sauce, and if you're just as unsure as I am about the perfect amount of soy sauce to add, I would recommend just adding a little bit at a time, maybe a few dashes before tasting, just to see what's right for you. And if you're a vegan or don't like eggs, that's it. Delicious pan of fried rice you got there. But Clifton, I hear you say, I like eggs, and I'm not a vegan. And to that, I respond, I got you, dog. Don't trip. Next, we're going to go ahead and scramble an egg. Well, okay, 6 eggs. I like eggs. Leave me alone. Then we're going to add 1 more tablespoon of butter. Go ahead and get that nice and frothy before adding the eggs, and you're going to let them sit for just a little bit, just until you see the edges of the eggs start to firm up. That means they're beginning to cook. And then you're going to take the spatula and gently begin at the edge of the pan and push that stuff, or push the eggs inward. Alright, that's going to leave you with soft ribbon-like eggs. You're going to repeat that over and over until you're left with the result, you know, scrambled eggs. And then you're going to add those to your rice, give one final stir, taste for seasoning, and boom, you're done. And that's it. Fried rice. Pretty simple, and like I said, you can use whatever veggies or maybe even proteins that you've got lying around in your fridge. I just use what I like, and you can use this recipe as kind of like a base, you know, just you can try it, see, okay, this is good, but I'd like to add this. You know, go ahead and add whatever you like. This is a very versatile recipe, so, you know, go out and experiment. That's it. Now go ahead and make some fried rice. That's it. You have my blessing. Go ahead and take this recipe and use it. And get out there.